Neumora Therapeutics. This stock down 90%. Geez, these guys absolutely collapsing, Pete, after their experimental depression treatment failed in the first of the 3 different studies that they had planned for it. So this one trading to the downside hard. And you know what? This one, Pete, was over $10 last week. And somebody decided to step in and say, you know what? I'm going to buy some puts. A put option, of course, folks, is the option to sell a particular security at a price point. Well, they were buying the 5 puts, and the stock, like I say, was in the $12 range, I think even, Pete, when they were buying these, was down to maybe 10 before this big debacle today. But it just fell out of bed, just zoomed to the downside. And that's one of the reasons that we always pay attention to the unusual activity.
There's no doubt about that. And talk about being dead on. I mean, just an absolute collapse of the company. And why did they collapse? Well, when you fail and you're in phase 3, John, it's what we talk about all the time here. We talk about when you're a biotech company and you get through phase 1, great, but you still got to get to 2. You do great in 2, you still got to get to 3. If you don't do great in phase 3, you're not going anywhere. And this is a company that, John, has a decent pipeline, but most of the pipeline is in preclinical, maybe some of it in phase 1. But this is the one they were counting on for phase 3. So it's not that it's all or nothing, but it ain't that far away from being all or nothing, at least temporarily. And that's why the stock is getting absolutely hammered today. So you know what? You can't fail at that level. And unfortunately they did. And it was a big fail. They're going to need some depression drugs themselves as they're looking at this stock and how they're going to turn this thing around and what they've got to do. But, you know, they've got short interest. Yes, about 7 to 12%, not massive, but pretty big. Earnings, they don't have earnings yet because of the fact that, hey, look, they need to get some stocks out there into the public, right, to make those earnings. Plenty of cash on the balance sheet. So from that perspective, it's good. But most of this pipeline is very, very early stage.